First semifinal round game, the Hawkeyes and the Indiana Hoosiers.
Being compared to your brother is kind of like a no-win scenario in a lot of ways, because you feel like whatever you do, it's always going to be brought back to the other guy.
Hey man, I don't know about y'all, but I got plans to win the Big Ten championship. Watching that selection show on Sunday in the locker room, man. I want to see this competitive.
I've played with Patrick my entire life. If he played well and I didn't play well, it's, oh, Patrick's better than you. People are always looking for something to pick out in the brother scenario.
Keegan Murray for 3 more. Yes, sir.
And that's even more true with identical twins.
Kris Murray shooting a 3. Good. Back-to-back threes by double trouble. The Murray twins.
Just being able to win those big games down the stretch.
The Hawkeyes are headed to the Big Ten championship game.
Get hot like we did, then go and win 4 games in 4 days in the Big Ten tournament.
Run down by Keegan Murray and a dunk by Keegan.
That's always been a dream of ours ever since we played in our front yard.
And the Hawkeyes are Big Ten champions.
Just being able to experience that last season with Keegan, both be major contributors on that team, was definitely special and something that I'll never forget.
I think it worked out well, and Keegan's in the pros now, and Kris is on a trajectory to get there as well.
Kris could have gone to the pros last spring.
Nice here, nice smile.
Where he would have been drafted, probably in the 2nd round, but even if he wasn't, he would have gotten a 2-way contract. Most guys leave for a 2-way contract. He doesn't want a 2-way contract. He wants a guaranteed contract.
I knew I had opportunities that I could take and leave school this past year, but I knew that I'd be able to be a professional basketball player in the future.
Keegan's success at the NBA level is also pushing Kris. He came back to school for a reason, not only to help the team win and try to win another Big Ten championship, but it was also to show that he is a first-round pick as well.
I think Kris is fueled by all of the things that people have said about him in the past.
There's Kris. If he stays another year, he's going to be near as good as his brother.
Keegan's better, not good enough, whatever the case may be.
My work ethic came from just being undervalued, just being an underdog, I feel like, just because people around me didn't think I could play at this level.
He's actually a pretty talented player, but his brother is special.
The biggest thing I want to do when I came back was just make a name for myself, honestly. Like, I see a lot of things where it's like Keegan's brother. I didn't know Keegan had a twin or something like that.
That's Murray for 3. It's not as though it's new to have a Murray here in Iowa City.
Kris wanted to be on his own and prove something, but it's also a lot of pressure on him. Initially, maybe for the first 10 seconds, it was like, oh, Kris is going to be in his own spotlight. But then people realized, well, kind of not really, because everything he does now is just going to be compared to Keegan.
Kris was really excited for this opportunity. Keegan's gone. He's thrilled for him. Playing phenomenally well for the Kings. And we're thrilled. We're also thrilled to watch Kris carve his own path.
There's another 3 from Murray. That basket is looking huge for Kris Murray.
It's been very rewarding for him.
31 points, 20 rebound night for Kris Murray. How about that, huh? Wow.
We were in the room on the next road trip, and Keegan's FaceTiming him like, I had 37. You didn't get my career high.
I'm like, but you never gotten 31 and 20 in a game. So, I mean, there's that.
Penn State game, he took it upon himself in the second half to kind of really impose his will on the game.
Murray for 3. That's a big shot for Iowa. Down by 18 at half.
It wasn't just his scoring and his rebounding, but it was his defense. It was his looking for his teammates.
Taking it inside, Murray leaves it off, and there's the lay-in.
That's where I think everybody kind of saw what he could be on both ends of the floor.
And there's 30 for Kris Murray to make it a 2-point game.
Even though we lost the game, we had a lot of momentum. That ultimately led into how I played against Indiana.
Largest lead was 21 for Indiana, and the Hawkeyes on the comeback trail here. Murray, they could use a 30-point game from him as well.
No one player can bring you back from a 21-point deficit, but he can really help.
Murray, 2 and a foul. How about that?
Ultimately, you need your best guys to step up and bring you kind of over the hump. And that was what he ultimately did.
And Iowa has its first win in Big Ten play this year.
He bet on himself and came back. And it's great to see a guy have that kind of confidence in himself and produce the way that he is, because he will impact his future.